Hi, everybody. Welcome to Heard About Toys. I'm Mama Herd Dog, and just like Babe the pig, yeah, you know him, you love him. I like to herd with kindness and encouragement too. And that Babe, he's a smart little pig, and he's a great role model. But let me introduce you to my herd. And first, we've got the alpaca, which is my husband, and he's obviously doing the dad point of view. But I've also asked him to stretch a little bit. And I've asked him to represent young adults. And I mean, we're not young anymore. But I asked him to do his best to throw himself back into his 20s and see if he can do a review from that frame of mind. So we'll see. Bear with us. We just wanted to make sure we included everyone as best we could. And my oldest is my son, and he is going to be the cow, and he's representing 13 to 16-year-olds. And my middle daughter chose a deer as her figure, and she is going to represent 9 to 12-year-olds. And my youngest daughter, last but not least, she, I'm not kidding, is obsessed with ponies and horses, horses and ponies, anything in the realm of horses and ponies. So it is no surprise to anyone in this herd that she has picked the pony, and I'm almost positive that's a pony. I've played a lot and learned a lot about horses over the years, and I think that's a pony, but don't 100% quote me on that. I would need my expert to come in and verify. And then let's see. And then, well, I'm a dog. I'm going to review from the parents' point of view. And then after that, we each give our own singular reviews. We're going to all come together and we're going to do a general herd rating. So we're going to try to leave out, the age ranges, try not to have that factor in. And we're going to try to look at more general things. So if it was like a board game, we would be looking at, is the board game flimsy? Are there too many pieces? Are the directions easy to understand or totally confusing? Is this a game that you can play in a quiet place? Or is it something that's going to require you to be loud? All these things we try to take into consideration then, and we vote as a whole, and then we give you our herd rating. So that's basically it. I do want to mention one more thing. I choose not to show my children's faces or say their names or anything because I value their privacy and mine. And so that's our choice. Everybody has different choices, but that's our choice here at this herd. Sometimes they're not going to want to do a review, and that is a-okay with me. I am never, never going to force them to do a review if they don't want to. That is okay. They can sit 1, 2, 3, 10 out. I am not going to force them. The answer is the answer. Just because I don't have one of my herd members doesn't mean I'm not gonna try to give you that age perspective. I will have to try to step into whatever age range is missing, and I will do my very best to get in that mindset. But I can also do it as a parent who had those children or have those children in that age range. So we're always going to try our very best to give you a well-rounded review. So now that you've met my herd, first let's go with my goal. My goal with this channel is to help you kind of sort through all the noise and guide you to the perfect gift or the perfect learning tool. It is so hard to do this right now. Oh my gosh, there's so many stores, there's so many online stores. It is boggling. And not to mention, there's like 12 different kind of yo-yos or more out there, and you're like, what is the difference? Which one should I do? And I get it. That is hard stuff. And when you're in a pinch and trying to get a gift fast, it's frustrating. So I'm going to try to take some of that frustration away for you. Because when you finally get that perfect gift, you've done your own little hunting, you've done your researching by kind of watching my videos. When you get it right, it is going to make someone's day. You're going to fill them with joy. And then, you know, as a byproduct, you in turn are filled with joy. So it's like a win-win. I really suggest it. It's so much fun to kind of try to figure out a great toy or a game. And I'm here to help you kind of, like I said, sort through some of that noise. Another thing that I would really like to do with this channel, I would really like to pass along ways to play with your child or children. It's so important. Obviously, we know from Mr. Rogers, play is important work. And we also know we used to be kids and we loved whatever pretend play or games we used to play. We have fond memories. I'll talk about mine in a little bit. But it's something really special to, get on that floor, play pretend with the little animal figures and really connect with your kid and really kind of drop everything else and just focus on play with your child. It's such great bonding moments and it's really easy because we all have that in us. I know we do. Okay, so in general, these are some of the brands that we enjoy. We've got all different kinds here. And, we've had multiples of each of these kind of brands in our home. And we have felt usually it's all quality. Now, yes, are they going to have a dud or two? For sure. And we would try to tell you that too. But in general, this is who we like. So if you're in a pickle right now and you're like, I need to give this birthday gift to my niece in an hour. I can help you and guide you to the right brand. And then it just becomes a little easier to pick from there. And if you waited to an hour before, I don't know, good luck. That was maybe not a good example. Don't wait an hour before their birthday party to get them a birthday gift. And although, we don't really consider Kiwi Company a toy brand, we get it. It's kind of its own thing. We do want to add it on the list here just because the Kiwi Company is awesome. And with that, maybe you could do a last minute gift in an hour or so. You could print out a little image of it and stick it in a card and tell them that it's coming. So there you go. Little tip. Another thing about me that I think makes me a good person for this job is that I am a passionate deal hunter. I love a deal. So I'm going to try to alert you when there's a sale or a price drop or whatever, like a lightning deal on Amazon. I'm going to try my best to give you that information because honestly, that's how I shop. I love a deal. I love getting that super cheap price for something. Oh, I love it. It's a great feeling. You almost want to brag, to people like, I got this toy for 4.99. And prices don't really matter, but it is that great feeling when you've scored and you know you've gotten it for a really good deal. And speaking about being passionate about something, let's talk about my passion and for board games. Let's start with that one first, board games. And it obviously started when I was a child. I have such fond memories being a young child, of course, and watching the extended family and my parents kind of gather around the table, get their snacks, and pull out board games to play together, like Taboo, Pictionary, Balderdash. And I mean, those are still amazing games, guys. Just another tip. And so these board game sessions were completely filled with excitement and laughter. And yeah, they were loud. We're loud people. We are game enthusiasts, and it's gonna get it's gonna get exciting in there. At first, as small kids, we just kind of gathered in the same room where that joy was radiating from. We just kind of wanted to be there and be a part of it. And we just kind of listen and watch. But, not too long after we were doing that, we got invited to sit on laps and kind of participate in the best way we could. And we were never made to feel too little. And we just loved being a part of that family game time, that magic that happens when you gather together and you play a game. It's it's awesome. It is obviously it made a huge impact on me because here I am still loving board games and trying to make a living now reviewing board games. It is such a special feeling when you include everyone in a game because everyone is there, you're together, you're enjoying this idea together, and it makes really great memories. And you know what? Throughout my entire childhood, actually, my family played a lot of games. And that's kind of what I'm talking about when I say when I look back on it, I feel like it was important and it was a huge way of bonding as a family. And I wouldn't change that for anything. So that's kind of what I mean by your children carrying this memory into adulthood. It's a wonderful way to bond as a family and I highly recommend it. Oh, also, let me tell you this about my family. We still play lots of games together. When we get in a meetup, we're going to hang out for a little bit and then we're going to pull out a board game. And we used to joke, kind of not joke, that whoever would marry into the family must have a love of board games as well. They got to be able to hang. And it's a joke, but it kind of wasn't. And luckily, my sibling and I both got super lucky. Our spouses are awesome at hanging in there with us, and they're great team players and really great sports. And that's what we were ultimately looking for. So check and check. All right, let's switch gears for a second. And as far as imaginative play goes, I really had a passion for that too. I mean, I really did. Making things up, making up plays. I love to make up plays. And making little stories for our action figures, stuff like that. That's really stretching your imagination and letting you kind of go wild with it. And that kind of skill led me to theater as an elementary school student. And I obviously fell in love with it. And I went on to become a theater major in college, which in turn led me to teaching at an art academy. I was able to teach all sorts of stuff. I was so lucky. I was able to teach creative movement, which is kind of like the beginning stages of imaginative dramatic play, yoga, preschool classes, and music classes. And I just love seeing their faces every day, and I love seeing them grow and become more confident. That is so special. But I think my favorite part was being able to do special events and be an entertainer at children's birthday parties. I think it's because I loved having a new group of kids come in and watch them kind of flourish. Kids are made for improv and imagination, and boy, it is so special to see their eyes light up and really take and run with it. They're like a fish to the water. It's just so wonderful to see that happen, in your presence and be a part of it. I also hung around kids when I was a kid. In my preteen years, I used to entertain kids by babysitting. Everyone almost babysits. I know, but I really enjoyed pretend play and setting up games for them. And that just kind of fueled my love of the games and imagination. So, babysitting, I did that before and then kind of during I was at the academy. And then I left the academy to kind of do my own thing. And I went into nannying too. And I did that right up until my first was born. Now I have three amazing kids of my own, and I'm so lucky and I'm so tired. And as a mom, I've always been on the lookout for games and toys that were educational and then actually taught things. Now I have a bit of a confession. I'm a research nerd. I really, really, really do love researching things. Just ask my husband. He's like, oh, she went down a rabbit hole again. But I am super passionate about finding the perfect gift. I really am for everyone. I want everyone to have that joy and that good feeling. So I'm pretty sure my love language is gift giving. I mean, I think it seems pretty obvious. Here, it's a family friendly place because play is important at every age. Everyone should be able to kind of watch this and make decisions together on what they'd want to do, what they think would be fun. We can all use a time to stretch that little muscle in our brain. So, now, what I would love if this channel could give you, I would love it if I could give you ideas for gifts and things, but also give you ways to connect as a family. Make those long lasting happy memories. You know, just like I had. That was a long time ago. And it's still like yesterday in my brain, in my memory. It's just I can close my eyes and see everything. So, if that sounds like something you and your family would be interested in, please, 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 please join our herd. We would love to have you as part of our herd. Absolutely. And, there's always room for one more, always in this herd. We can expand as big as we need to expand. So I think that's pretty much it. And you'll do the normal things that YouTuber watchers do, like, like it, whatever, do all that and press a button. And then I really hope that you come back. I really do. And I think that's pretty much it now. So that'll do, friends. That'll do.